Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Power of the Chip. This week we're going to be talking about, well, that thing, or at least one like it. So what is that? Well, that's a NAND Flash chip. It's the primary digital storage chip for, well, today's times, whether it's in your phone, your tablet, your laptop, or the server in your enterprise. It is probably using NAND Flash chips. We talked a little bit about SMIC getting to the next generation. This goes back a couple of months. Well, here we are again. So this week we found something we were expecting or hoping for, and we actually did find it. A company called YMTC, based out of China, came up with a new NAND Flash chip, which is now in production. We found it in the market. What's special about it? Well, it is the first one that we've seen, first NAND chip, that has more than 200 layers of flash on the same chip. So, putting that into perspective. Back around 2014, 2015, the flash world was starting to change. We had market leaders like Micron, working with Intel at the time, SanDisk, working with Toshiba at the time, Samsung, of course, SK Hynix, all in the NAND Flash game, and all of them with so-called planar flash. In other words, just a single layer of memory cells on the chip. At that point, again, around 2014, we started seeing product from those manufacturers with multiple layers. And when I say multiple, not just 2 or 3, but 32. And as the years go on, many more. Now, all of these companies had been in the flash business for a long time. They fully understood the fundamentals of making flash devices in one layer and then built on top. Now, in the early 2000s, China was really starting their large semiconductor research programs to develop leading-edge domestic semiconductor production, including logic, as well as memory. And in 2014, they started a pretty focused research program around NAND Flash. That program actually turned into the company called YMTC, right around 2016, when YMT first started and broke ground on their first fab, their facility to make chips. Now, remember, this took years and years and years to get to the multi-layer stack that the leaders had achieved in around 2014, 2015. So YMTC comes along with its first chip, a 32-layer, equivalent to what the others were doing, the leaders were doing, a couple of years back. Now, there was a healthy degree of skepticism whether YMTC could really challenge those very well-established rivals internationally. Now, not 2 years later, 2018, YMTC announced they had a successful 64-layer flash. At that point, the leaders were at 90 plus layers. So, I mean, still ahead, but clearly YMTC was doing some incredibly fast development. Now again, fast forward to today. Why is this important? Well, as I said, YMTC is now the first that we've found in commercial full production at the 200 plus layer. Absolutely astounding. The other players are, of course, working on 200 plus layers, but we've yet to find them in the market. And if you were to extend kind of that technology ramp that YMTC is on out to the next 5, 6 years, well, they would be the undisputed leader. Now, not without its challenges. R&D costs continue to increase as you go from one technology generation to the next, and it's not linear. YMTC is probably not making enough revenue from its product to be able to maintain that steady level of R&D investment. Now, probably not unexpected that we're going to see continued investments through public money from China to continue down that path. But of course, with geopolitical concerns and the really US-centric, but now worldwide sanctions across many Chinese semiconductor firms, becoming more and more difficult. But given that YMTC has not only done an amazing job accelerating their development to get to where they are today, they did it in an incredibly challenging environment. Remember, we spent the last 2 or 3 years in a worldwide pandemic. And where is YMTC's headquarters? Wuhan, China, effectively the epicenter for this pandemic. And Wuhan has experienced, well, multiple, virtually total shutdowns or lockdowns. So to get as far as they did with so many challenges against them, oh my God, it's amazing. So do I count them out of the race? Absolutely not. I see YMTC continuing to drive really hard to overcome those challenges and continuing their, well, market leadership if they can, but at the very least, ability to keep pace. To get more information, please log into our platform where you will find our TechStream blog posts and detailed analysis on this new technology. Thanks very much.